Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I wanted to do a little tutorial for eye coloring. I've started dividing the canvas in two parts with the symmetrical ruler. Then I've taken the frame border from Clip Studio Paint to create a little box where I will draw our eyes. I've started with a character from Genshin Impact. She isn't already out yet as of now, but she is coming out the 1st of January. Actually, at first I wanted to use just my own persona, but then I was so hyper about the new live stream from Genshin and I couldn't not draw Mabuika's eyes. To be honest, I really like her and I can't wait to pull for her. Also, I'm recording with my new mic. As you can see, the quality is way much better. And I'm recording directly on the computer. That's just a total level up for me. To be honest, it took me some time to work with the settings of the mic, but I digress. Anyway, here I've placed the flat colors. I don't use a pure white for the white part of the eye, which is the cornea. I don't really remember. Then I'm going to shade. I usually shade on the same layer, locking the opacity. First, I apply a darker shade of the base color, then with a lighter color, here I used pale yellow, I place some highlights. Now I'm working on Mabuika's sunny shape in the iris. It wasn't as easy as it looks, because it's a specific size. It's a specific shape, but a little sketchy. I've made it work. Then after that I will add the pupil. I think that's how you pronounce that. I'm so sorry, I'm still learning. I'm getting better though. Anyway, I've made a new layer, then set it on multiply and used a reddish color to add more shading. Then with the hex color you are seeing on screen, I created a new level, created a little squiggly thing and then lowered the opacity, blurred the bottom and erased some lines. And after this, as you can see, I've taken the opposite color, then made it more bright and used an overlay layer and placed a little of this color on a side, on the opposite of the highlight. Then on top of the line art, I placed the highlights, some here and there, you can go crazy. Then I shaded the cornea with a double colored brush that I will put in the description, as always. I've used a dark brownish gray and some very pale pink. Then I used some white and I airbrushed that on the top part of the cornea to give it more dimension. After this, I airbrushed some red on the lashes, on the external part, then some of the base color of the eye itself, of the iris. And then, after picking which is the light source of your drawing, for me is the top left side, I define the lashes with some grayish color to give them more dimension as well. Actually, it's not since long that I've started using this method, but I really like how the whole thing looks after. It looks more dynamic in my opinion. And after this I will be placing also some highlights on the eyelid, more or less, on the lashes. And here it's done. I've added the hair, the particles, and everything else. I really love this character. I can't really help it. For the next one, I will be drawing a character that I don't know if everyone here knows. He is Teal from Alien Stage. It's a, how should I call it? A music anime, more or less, a Korean music based animation you can find on YouTube from Vivinos. I hope I'm saying the name right. The overall story is really beautiful, but it will rip your heart apart. Seriously, I don't know how much I cried. At times I really regret having started watching it, but now I'm too immersed into the whole story. It obviously will take some time for them to release a video because there's the singing, the animation, and everything else, but the wait is really worth, in my opinion. Anyway, I digress once again. Here I'm using the same method as I always use for coloring the eyes, though here I've also added some black on the shading, and the highlight with the pale yellow I've used a hairbrush with the overlay setting for the blending, and I will be trying to upload it on the Clip Studio asset site so you can use it as well, even though it's just a normal airbrush. Just the blend mode is changed. After that, it's all the same. For the purple highlight, I used always the same color. The only thing that changes is the size and the opacity. At times, it depends on the color of the eyes. I will be making it more bright or less. And it will make the eye look more shiny and bright and lively. Anyway, I finished this one too. This is from an actual music video, let's say, from the last one, which was the killer of my art. Anyway, the next character I will be drawing, let me butcher his name, it's Jingyuan from Star Rail. And that's where I love him so much. I really love him. He is so cute. I mean, he gives the gentle giant vibe in a way. And I totally love his little birdie living in his hair. Anyway, I've had some trouble coloring his eyes because they didn't seem so detailed as they actually are. And so I struggled a little. And also, Oyoverse really tends to make the eyes really detailed as the overall design of the character. I think they never use the same design for two characters for the eyes. I mean, the plain eye with a pupil and an iris. They all have some certain specific to them. Anyway, with this tutorial I wanted to show that this method can be quite universal for coloring eyes. You can use it on Oyoverse eyes and plain eyes, or also more detailed eyes, for example, like it's my Cybersona, which I will draw as last. Though that one I've used a speed paint method because I've noticed I made a bit too many examples, but I couldn't stop that day. For the next video, I will be finally making my PNG tuber. I'm so happy. I know I will be struggling a lot. I can see that. But at least you will suffer with me. Please do that. And after creating it, I will be placing the little thingy in all my videos. Yay! I really can't wait for working on that, but also I'm quite scared. It's a double-sided situation for me because I've never done a PNG tuber before. I've tried to watch several tutorial on the internet, but that didn't make me any wiser, to be honest. But we will see. I guess I will have to make mistakes to learn, as in everything else. As long as you can see the mistakes yourself, it means you have improved. Believe me. Anyway, I just noticed that I didn't wish you an happy Christmas, an happy New Year, and so I will do this now. But I'm not really a Christmas person myself, but I guess a lot of other people are, so I will try to be a nice person for once. I'm more on the Grinch side. I mean, I have my dog having the Grinch grin on his back. I will be putting a freaking picture on screen because you wouldn't believe me if I didn't show it. But it's something that really surprised me because it came out when he grew up, when he was about 6 months old. Now he is almost 6 years old, and the green is still there, surprisingly. Anyway, here I'm drawing my Cybersona's eyes. He has heterochromia, and the method is still the same. Even with the black cornea, I've changed just the colors I've used for the shading, such as using black and a dark orange for the middle highlight that gives it some dynamism. I don't know. Anyway, my Cybersona also got this X on the eye. That was one addition that I made last minute. I don't know. It made the whole thing even more cool, I guess. And with this done, we have reached the end of this video as well. Thank you for sticking with me. I hope you can leave a like since it helps me a lot with the algorithm. And I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!